Coach, hard-fought battle against San Diego today, top team in the conference. What are some thoughts after the day?
That was an unbelievable baseball game on the pitching side, especially. I mean, 2-1 in 13 innings is it was a classic. Both teams had opportunities, them to break it open, us to win, and we rallied in the ninth, put something together, and tied it. We had the winning runs out there. Couldn't leave them on the field and kept going, but I mean, Soberone, Barrett, and Max Jones going 13 innings and 2 runs against the best team in the league is pretty impressive. We hung in there, we fought, we couldn't get much going offensively, especially early. But it's a sign for our team. That's the best team in the league. That's what we're aspiring to be sitting at one day. And it takes execution, it takes toughness, and it takes a willingness to win. And they got that on us in the end today.
You talk about pitching today. Joe went 7 innings today to start off. Only gave up 1 run, struck out 7. What can you say about his performance, especially keeping those bats at bay?
Joe is the ultimate competitor. I mean, you see him on the mound. If you're watching closely, you can see the fire in him. He's what we're talking about. He just has that will in his eyes. It's going to be a tough day for the other team when he's on the mound. And what I like best about his performance today, they had 2 outs, nobody on. They got the 2 doubles back-to-back for the first run. When we got out of that inning, he said verbally out loud, that's all they're getting. And that's all they got on him, and it's that kind of, I wouldn't say quiet confidence with him. He's pretty loud about it, but he's confident. He knows he's out there to do the job. He has zero fear, and he gave us every bit of an opportunity to win.
He ended up with 108 pitches. In hindsight, knowing that Gabe had a good outing after him, was there any thought that he could even go more than 7?
No, that was pretty much the end. We haven't gone really further than 100 with him all year, but we're coming towards the end here. So he was still effective, but they were coming back to that middle of the order one more time, and in such a tight game, it's harder. It's not so much him not having the ability to get them out, but when he does tire, if they do rally, it's harder to come into the game with men on base. So we wanted to start Gabe with a fresh inning if we could. So that was the plan there.
Knowing Gabe has, at least during conference play, has struggled a little bit, trying to find the zone and getting guys out. Knowing that he went 5 1/3 today, gave up that 1 run essentially with 3 hits, but what can you say about his performance today?
That was ultimate Gabe. That was back to early in the year Gabe when he was dominating every performance. He's got the stuff. He has the confidence. Just sometimes things have gone against him lately, and this was a perfect spot for him. Go face the best team. We're down 1, keep it at bay. Sometimes that's a little less to deal with mentally because you're already losing. So you just say, I'm going to keep it right where it is until the team gives us a chance. But that's probably the longest he's gone this year, maybe since Creighton, I think right around there. So glad to have it. It was awesome to see. I know win or lose with Gabe, he's given us everything he has, and I can always be happy to have those people on the mound.
Offensively, not a lot of hits today, but the team definitely had some opportunities to score some runs, especially later in the game. What are some things the team needs to do to take advantage of those opportunities?
I mean, first off, we're facing they're 18-4 in the league for a reason, and usually that reason has a lot to do with your pitching, especially on the starting side. But their relievers came in and did a great job also. So it's not going to be an easy task, but as we talked about, it really comes down to execution. We're not an offense that's going to be able to go bludgeon the ball with double after double after double. We've proven that all year, but neither were they today. So it's just a matter of what comes down to in these games is, can you steal a base? Can you move a runner? Can you hit and run? Can you bring a runner in? Can you situationally hit? And we didn't really do that today. We got the 1 hit with 2 outs in the ninth through the 6 hole by Pat, which was awesome, clutch hit by Keegren. But we didn't move the runners. We didn't get the job done. We had one other opportunity where we moved a runner second, had 2 chances to win the game, but that's what it takes. There's no secret formula. It's figuring out how to execute, move guys 90 feet at a time.
In that 9th inning, when the team scored that run to tie the game, you mentioned that Patrick Keegren came up clutch in that moment with the 2 outs on the board. Knowing you had two runners on after the 2 hit by pitches with 1 out, how much confidence do you have in Patrick to get the job done and get the run in?
Well, Pat's one of our guys who can drive the ball over the fence and hit a gap. So obviously, I didn't have anyone else I wanted to go to in that spot because I think he can hit a double and win us the game. So he's been struggling. He struggled in that game. He struggled in a few at-bats earlier, but sometimes if you have the mental toughness, that's the guy you want up because he's kind of feels in the back of his mind he might have let us down early, so I'm going to do something to even this game up right now, and that was the awesome thing out of him today.
In the ninth inning, after Campagna was hit by a pitch, you pulled him for Blake Pitts, obviously for speed. Knowing that it went extra innings, would you think about making that decision or make a different decision in that moment?
Oh, totally. I mean, if you tell me the inning's going to play out where the next guy's going to get hit by a pitch and Pitts' speed versus Mike's speed's not going to matter on the forced bunt out that we didn't get the job done, then yeah, I'd rather keep Mike's bat in the lineup. But these are things that it's just the types of players you are. You can't worry about the 12th inning when you're down 1 in the ninth. You'd sign a contract right there to say we're going to keep playing 3-4 more innings. So you're just trying to do whatever you can take, whatever it takes right there to keep the game alive. And we all know it's going to be harder for Mike to score from first on a double than it is for Blake or pretty much anyone else in the dugout. So that's why we made that move there.
Back at it against San Diego tomorrow. Knowing that you had a good pitching performance and, obviously had opportunities to win this game today, what are some things that you can take from today in order to get a win tomorrow?
Well, I absolutely love the challenge of playing a well-coached, very talented team who's playing for something down the stretch. It's just showing us where we need to be and what the games we want to play in. So there's a lot of lessons to be learned, but there's no moral victories either. We can beat teams when we play our game. We're right there today. So the lesson is you keep showing up and you keep fighting and you figure out what things you got to get better and what you got to work on. But I think our team and us, we're relishing the opportunity to play against a team that really has a lot to play for and kind of treating it like our playoffs right now, and we can see what happens.